buonasera e benvenuti con Terminator 85. Oggi è mercoledì e questa sera, una volta terminata la trama principale del gioco base, giocheremo all'espansione Heart of Stone, no, scusate, Blood and Wine, praticamente sangue e vino.
The sorceresses helped the Witcher determine that Ciri and Avallac'h were somewhere on Undvik. Geralt and Yennefer set out to find them. Eredin's last words proved a lie. Avallac'h and Ciri had gone together, he as her mentor, to a portal that had opened within Tor Gavalka, Valka's tower. Ciri entered the tower, prepared to use her powers to end the danger once and for all. To save all worlds from
Insomma, adesso il
eradication in the
biancogelo
grip
non
of
ha
the
più
White Frost.
paura, non c'è più paura per nessuno col biancogelo. Meno male. No, dal momento che comunque richiede livello 34 per poter essere giocate quelle missioni lì e vi faccio giochiamo. Per sbaglio che la potenziamo questa abilità. Eravamo rimasti qui, Vabbè, è meglio seguire la strada. Perché comunque abbiamo fatto bene a prendere quelle armi. Sì, perché una volta raggiunto il livello 34, dove è il dell'inventario, le abbiamo prese. Solo che a che prezzo? Insomma, siamo un po' in bolletta. Siamo un po' in bolletta sparata, ma molto sparata. Il cavallo c'ha il fiato. Ma siamo sicuri che sia il nostro?
Wow!
Siamo sicuri che sia il nostro cavallo? No, perché abbiamo visto galoppato il cavallo sbagliato. Eccola qua. Infatti mi sembrava a me. Sembrava strano che non era figlio. Il cavallo sa tornare da solo dal suo padrone. Però. Infatti l'Utilia è più veloce, non certamente il cavallo di prima. Ma c'era anche un indicatore, vabbè, niente. Abbiamo fatto una sana galoppata.
Master Ort. Probably got held back.
Speriamo solo che non sia un'imboscata. Noi comunque siamo pronti. Alcune ore dopo. Ah, eccolo, è arrivato.
You're late.
Soldiers,
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
as agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Beautiful.
Quanto
Been in
sarà
this trade for
potente?
3 decades. Only the best swordsman of the coin for my wares. When I say no witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Davin hern am gladiel, mocham fin aisen.
The flash that cuts through darkness. The light that breaks the night.
Exactly.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, had my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
Ah, meno male perché soldi non ne abbiamo.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of striggers prowling the Maribor forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
Beh, vediamo un po'. Quanto è potente questa spada. Allora. Torlun. Ma questa spada non fa niente. Ah, questa volta usiamo il trasporto rapido,
Quality wares alone here. No rusted scraps.
What now? Master Witcher, over here. Plenty of blades to try, if it's your will.
Viaggio rapido. Ci sono soldati praticamente ovunque.
The noble Lord Dagborg assumes his lands to rule with
Che
grace
cosa
and
sta succedendo? Soldato temeriano. Ah, tutta questa roba qua la possiamo vendere perché tanto a noi non ci serve, inutile tenere qui della roba che poi non serve a un tubo. E quindi direi di vendere intanto che abbiamo spazio, prendere fin tanto che abbiamo dello spazio. Ah, questo non vale niente, quindi non ne vale neanche la pena tenerlo. Bene. Ok. Non è neanche tanto pesante questa roba qua. Ehi, ti vuoi spostare? Ah, non era per noi. Era per un altro questa spada qui. Adesso ho capito. Sì, sì, infatti mi sembrava strana a me. Una spada di livello 1 e poi non dice neanche la statistica dei danni. Ma chi è?
Is it done?
Yes.
Did he believe you?
I have no
Ma è
idea.
Siri.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy.
Pensavamo tutti che fosse morta.
It's yours.
A witch's silver sword.
Like it?
It's beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
What's this inscription?
An old Witcher's motto. Had a sword like this once myself, but this one's better. Much better.
Comunque l'unica cosa è che i Witcher sono sterili.
Let's try it out then.
The Third Northern War ended. The invader from the south achieved complete victory. Robbed of Radovid's tactical genius, the Northern realms could not
Questa
withstand
potrebbe essere la
Ymir's
fine.
countless
Però
legions.
vediamo se
Black
è free roaming
banners
questo
appeared over
gioco.
Novigrad and all Redania.
Perché se non dovesse essere free roaming ricarichiamo la partita e naturalmente
Restoring Temeria
cosa
as a
facciamo
realm
con la
in liege
partita?
to the Empire. When the guerrillas laid
Andiamo a
down
fare
their
le
arms,
missioni
the
dell'arma
Emperor
e
shifted his forces
del
to
vino e
other
del sangue,
fronts.
sangue e vino.
Through
No, che
Nilfgaard's
non ci
victory,
chiuda poi il gioco.
Marians
No,
got their country back.
vabbè, ve lo dico dopo.
And history, once again, proved
E
a
comunque,
consummate
se non
trick.
c'erano le espansioni di Heart of Stone o comunque quella di Blood of Wine, il gioco si sarebbe concluso e avremmo fatto poi qualcos'altro.
The Emperor's loyal spies named all who had
Sapevo.
conspired against him, traitors, soldiers, and
Comunque.
aristocrats alike.
C'è della
Though
gente
their
appesa.
mutiny had only been a murky plan, the Emperor showed no mercy, as was his wont. While the continent bled engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule. Unlike
bisogna
those who had
vedere
come
se è
before her, the
come-
young queen did not raid foreign shores,
Se è
looking
come
instead to her
Oblivion,
people, tending to her
Morrowind,
land.
Skyrim, che una volta terminata la trama principale
Though its fangs of
si
yore
torna in un
were
punto
dull.
sicuro ed è possibile
Cyrilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon,
fare le
heir to
missioni
Nilfgaard's
secondarie,
throne,
oppure nel
chose
caso
the
di
life of a
Skyrim
witcher on the path.
quelle
Geralt taught
casuali.
her all he knew, every skill he possessed. Then each set off
Però
on
siamo
their
arrivati a
own.
livello 34.
Soon word of the
Questa volta si
ashen-haired
sale anche di più.
witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the
Cioè, ne abbiamo
Yaruga
fatto un bel
to the
po' e
mountains
comunque
of
di missioni.
Kovir.
Abbiamo fallito davvero pochissimo.
While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations. Boring, you say? Perhaps.
Peccato che non posso
But
mettere su
both had
famiglia.
sought this more than
Geralt è
anything
sterile, è un
else.
Witcher fino a... Vediamo un attimo. Se dovessimo tornare alla schermata principale, semplicemente ricarichiamo la partita. Volete vedere il finale? No, saltiamo. E se no, se il finale e i titoli di coda durano mezz'ora, perdiamo solo mezz'ora davanti allo schermo. Quindi tiriamo dritto, vediamo un attimo. No, raggiungi la locanda. No, gli amici del vino. Puntate alte. Senza tracce, nuovi guarda città chiusa. Ottimo. Infatti, mi sembrava strano a me che finiva così. Invece... Ah, ecco qua. Prendili tutti. Solo questi abbiamo fallito. E ne abbiamo fatti un bel po'. Chissà se si possono rifare. Ma non penso proprio che si possono rigiocare. Colonia di Tagliapietre. Chi è? Per caso il clan dei Tagliapietre dei Simpson? Che era vietato agli Homer? Vietato agli Homer. Allora passa di lì un altro Homer e dice: allora io non posso partecipare, mi chiamo Homer. Ma era per Homer Simpson il vietato agli Homer. Ma io mi chiamo Homer. Allora non puoi partecipare. Perché voi dice, lui si chiama Homer e lo fate entrare, io mi chiamo Homer e no.
We've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man.
Ma
Our
questi chi
labors shall be
sono?
done
Con
quickly.
queste
The
corazze placcate
prowlers
in
to be
oro.
banished for good.
Milton, look.
Uno dei due deve essere un ufficiale.
Geralt!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher! Let us go inside and greet you as
Oh, ma
befits
quanti
our
amici
friend.
ha questo Witcher?
It's you. Fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws soon.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Pomerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Lonfort. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our, surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hat. as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
No point fighting bandits. Kill these and others just as bad, or possibly worse, will come in to fill the void.
To cast a blind eye upon the evil. There is no honor in it.
Can't stay here to protect these folk from the dangers that come their way daily. Saw what I saw. Heard them urge you to leave these raiders alone. Must have good reason to do that.
Do you suggest that should we help, we assume responsibility for their fate? For their lives? This burden we cannot agree to bear.
Geralt speaks wisely. We know neither this land, nor its peoples, nor its customs. And we have come with another duty altogether.
How I long to return to Touissant, where all is simpler.
Soon, my friend, soon. First, let us convey our missive to Geralt in the manner tradition ordains.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
Is sacred in Touissant. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the star-crossed city's most gracious protectress, Her illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Anna Henrietta. L'abbiamo già sentita.
Shall you answer her call?
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite.
Piove
And
fuori.
now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. Bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract? Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you, yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Ha! Then post haste to Touissant. To Touissant!
Touissant. Ma anche i cavalli sono bardati loro. Vero? Hanno un bel budget. Beh, missioni con il teschio sono riuscito a farne. È un ducato con soldi.
Touissant, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
Cos'è quella roba? Comunque avevano detto, se nel caso ne riuscivamo ad arrivare a un livello sufficiente per fare i livelli del DLC, insomma queste missioni qua avremo tirato dritto e fatto un altro contenuto. Ma invece siamo arrivati appena in tempo. Insomma a livello 34 vuole 34, quindi siamo pari. All'attacco! Ciao! Oh mamma mia, mi do... Povero cavallino. Sì, cosa vuol fare quello con quella spadina? Porca miseria. E il gigante...
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, outfitted. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among
La più
them.
bella tra le più belle.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Touissant we mostly chase bandits, but I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Mi chiedo se non ci siano spade più potenti. Vabbè, comunque vendiamo un sacco di roba e senz'altro ci sarà utile. Meditiamo? Sì, vogliamo farlo. Allora, abbiamo ricevuto delle novità all'interno. No, il bestiario. Bestie. Ah, nel gigantesco. Salviamo.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Farmer oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Vediamo un attimo. Bonus esperienza all'uccisione di mostri. Ma dal momento che smembrare ci è meno utile che guadagnare esperienza, guadagneremo esperienza. E noi non ce ne pentiremo. Insomma, dobbiamo poi affrontare la prossimo DLC. Già belli che equipaggiati. Touissant ci darà un bel input.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and...
Taverna la focatrice.
Knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence.
Ma dove vai, Geralt?
We are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around, make sure they didn't miss anything.
Ecco, abbiamo trovato qualcosa.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
No, c'è qualcosa.
Got guests. Be careful.
Mostri nuovi, livello 35.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking. Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
Scoppiano per aria, si è fatti fuori. Oh, prendiamola sta roba, non possiamo venderla. E meno male che ci avevamo il bonus adrenalinico, perché sennò a quest'ora eravamo già sottoterra. Salviamo.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Stench.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Footprints. See them? And a rut made by the hull of a boat. Left recently, I'd say. Junk that came down the river.
Il lodduno portato dal fiume. Bene. Adesso qua. Ah,
Dragged some nets onto the bank, then cut them to untangle them. Lot of blood, so the corpse must have been cut up. Quartered, maybe.
It's likely they loaded the body parts onto a boat and sailed off.
chiama che acqua pure e cristallina.
Gonna dive in, check the other nets.
C'è qualcosa?
Silk kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no
Amava gli
matter the odds,
estremi.
fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Touissant.
Seguimi con partita salvata. La taverna è quella lì, quindi non è che possiamo sbagliarci.
Seems I'm still hungover.
C'è un contratto, c'è un qualcosa.
Why?
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
Vediamo un po' la mappa. Ah, ci sono altre missioni. Ducato di Touissant.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to...
Vediamo un po' che livello vogliono. Vabbè, questo qua 35 lo sappiamo. 30, ah, addirittura 46. Vabbè, vorrà dire.
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable!
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicar Farm.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Allora, comunque dobbiamo vedere per il mastro fabbro. Allora sarà il castello della duchessa. Comunque gli annunci facciamoli poca alla volta, non tutti insieme, se no non ci saltiamo più fuori. Sì, ci sono certi effetti sonori che si sentono anche in altri giochi. Ma che cosa?
Damn it, killer must still be here. In the cellar, gotta be. Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate.
Cosa ci sarà qua dentro? Dal rumore. Ma cos'è quella roba?
You. Saw you at the inn. Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't.
You are wrong. I cannot let you know.
Ma che cavolo? Ma la bruzza! Speriamo di farlo secco in fretta. Ah, è morta, meno male. Mi sembra troppo facile comunque. Livello 35 disponibile, yes.
What's she doing at the table, though?
Mamma mia, come è messo male sto cadavere.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Third hand. A spare. Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm?
La mano che si muove nell'inventario.
Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat.
C'è
What's the
qualcosa che non
significance?
va.
And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
No, è leggera. Livello 42, prima di raggiungerlo. non ci sono armi potenti da poter creare, quindi ah, c'è qualcosa in corso. Ah, bene.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Pomerine, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory, that's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Sure hope you know what you're doing.
Master Beast Tamers from Nilfgaard Serenas will ensure the Shaelmar is faced. And that ensures it delights the crowd.
Shaelmars are damned dangerous, even young ones. Need to be
Anche
careful.
quelli giovani. Ma quelli giovani comunque sono più piccoli.
Let's go.
Ce la farà mai a farlo fuori quello lì, quel mostro? Dai, adesso vediamo.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Pollice verso. Quando Cesare
It's
diceva.
begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Vediamo un po' che succede. Chi vincerà? Sono proprio curioso, assistiamo anche noi.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Sì, aspetta prima di cantare vittoria. Qualcosa... No!
Damn it.
Adesso qualcosa è cosciente. Accidenti.
We have to help him. Gotta keep it down.
Drink up the ocean and set fire to the wood. Nothing in this struggle can carry any good. Whoa, the month is the victor, then naught shall have come on fair eager. So waiting for the time is through, then 12 danced and spun. The monster and true. The Shelma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It's suffered enough.
Come il toro viene fatto fuori dal matador, dal torero. È un po' come la corrida. Meno male che aveva la corazza.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt, we must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here.
Beh,
We shall
entrato
meet
nel suo
Damien.
palazzo.
He led the investigation pending your arrival. But whatever could he be? Come, we must find him.
E quello lo lasciano lì. Ma che cos'è? Un mezzo armadillo, un mezzo elefante. Mi fa ricordare il cartone animato dei Wazzles. Metà ape,
Tell
metà
us,
leone.
have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an
Visto come è andata a
outsider's help.
finire.
I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Yes, Your Grace. The law of surprise. Time-honored.
We shall be candid. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What awaits at the palace are edicts to sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one
Ha
ever
delle
came
belle
forth
cicatrici
with
nel
concrete
cranio.
proof of any misdoings.
È un'evidente vena della
First two
sul
victims
lato.
were knights.
Ma che gli hanno
just years
fatto a
behind
questo?
them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to
Fa
claim
delle
that in
incisioni
modern
profonde
times
allora
knights
nel
face new
cranio.
challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir della Stinci.
Found a coin pouch on his body. contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Touissant. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Touissant swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly.
L'annuale caccia alle lepre.
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not
che
near
bel
my
palazzo.
palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Quante chiacchiere. Ah.
Your Grace!
Ma che fa questo? Ah, sta chiamando Rutilia. Ah, la sua cavalla.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Duchessa guerriera.
That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Mamma mia che isteriche. Sembra più un film adesso che un gioco. Ultimamente stanno solo facendo delle chiacchiere. Va bene che comunque la trama principale del DLC, però...
Let's go.
Casa, dolce casa. Vabbè, la seguiamo dopo. No, non possiamo salvare. Ma non dobbiamo neanche stare troppo distanti.
Hurry.
Scusate un attimo, ma devo aggiornare qua. C'è quanta gente che abbiamo incontrato da quando abbiamo cominciato il gioco. A proposito, dobbiamo meditare, perché sennò...
A golden fish, and with these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules. We've no time to lose. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up.
Che non faccia pieno. Oh, ma gliel'ha dato in mano la duchessa. Che cosa fanno quelle due isteriche?
Well, I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and
Sì,
find
comunque la grafica del DLC è migliore rispetto alla versione del gioco
but I'm sure
base.
you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Ehi, ma che fai? Tagliamo. Oh. Ah, là, ora possiamo salvare. Che cavolo.
Should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Non è troppo facile per un Witcher.
What the blazes? Did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way
Eccolo
to
lì.
do it.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Toffee. E poi si dice Toffee doppia E. Vabbè.
Look! That is not allowed. It will not do.
Sarà quello il pesce d'oro? Adesso vediamo. Questo luccica, quindi vuol dire che no, non lo è. Però ci dobbiamo dare una mossa, perché sennò qua crepiamo. No, l'abbiamo trovato.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon its heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift.
Speriamo che faccia in tempo. Ehi!
A key.
Why, you botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
Baia degli innamorati.
Can't believe it. Simply.
Non possiamo mica lasciare così la missione, dobbiamo continuare a farla fino a quando non sarà ferma. Fino a quando ovviamente non sarà completata. Ok, andiamo avanti, vediamo un po'. Ah, sì, andiamo avanti. Oh, servitore.
Night, bluff, and wine counsel no half-hearted measures.
Ma eccolo qua l'unicorno.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Sa come prenderlo un cavallo. Tranquillo, non ti farò del male. No.
Come on, stay calm. Shh. Easy now.
That's hardly fair.
Flagrant cheating is what it is.
Sirs, we must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Ah.
Listen, I didn't break any rules.
True, he won fair and square.
Siamo riusciti a persuaderli.
That's all. We must try to grab the next clue.
Qui non c'è problema. Guardati pure in giro.
Unworthy praise.
No buts.
I wish only
My wife, your grace, she wished to win so
If you
Abbiamo
please,
fatto
your
prima.
grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Mice and cheese. Alice pantry, maybe?
No. The hare is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take row, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Conclusa. Livello 36, punti disponibili. Siamo saliti di livello. 1000 punti. Beh, una volta che siamo riusciti a andare da quell'armaiolo, possiamo tranquillamente. Oh, c'è qualcosa che non va. Scusate, non potevo farne a meno.
What was that?
Che cavolo! Ma non gli è messa ancora, a parte il fatto che comunque può fare come Dracula. Hotville.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Questo mostro è alquanto impegnativo rispetto a quelli precedenti. Mostro di blocco, sangue che scorre, Ci vuol far fuori, attenzione. Ce l'hai dietro.
You want to stay where you were. Regenerate. I know you're in trouble. I can help. I'll help myself.
Mamma mia.
He's my friend.
Mamma mia, che non c'è rimasto niente.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You all right?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend.
Proprio un sacco di amici, questo Witcher.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
You being here, not some fortunate coincidence, I take it.
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlaf. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlaf is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlaf is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Everyone's got their reasons, but he's crossed a line. Want him to stop. Don't give a damn why he's doing it.
Perhaps you should. Motivations change the contours of all situations. A thief who steals to feed his family versus one who steals out of greed. Would you not treat them differently?
You mean to suggest Detlaf's killing out of some worthy, dire need?
I merely suggest he's not a bloodthirsty monster who murders simply for the joy of it. That's just not him. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlaf, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Detlaf is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlaf found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlaf's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him. Immensely.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then. Just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlaf is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Ah, ma sono vampiri, adesso ho capito. Sono vampiri.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our coursers would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
No, sono personaggi. Ah, questo è un tutorial. Un po' di pazienza e facciamo tutto qua. Beh, meditiamo. Allora, dobbiamo fare quella missione secondaria Casa Dolce Casa. Chissà se troviamo anche qualcuno che ci permette di vendere e comprare. È abbastanza lontana da qua.
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Oh.
Have you ordered a new coat for the wine festival?
Yes, you are.
Bello però questo palazzo.
Around here, it's wine, wine, and more wine. But me, I prefer brandy. Should the beast out of my way, tell the commander, be spry!
Ah, abbiamo trovato la destinazione. Vicino. O è lontano? E là, vicino lontano. Oh, comunque è anche diventato più vicino. Bisogna andare dall'altra parte.
Polish my sword. But I do.
best behaved, friend. You're in both there, see?
Leviotus visum blancs. Real?
Who do my eyes espy, Lord Boris? Where have your journeys taken?
All right.
A profession.
Dov'è?
What have you got there?
Oh, livello 37. Prima di tutto dobbiamo riparare... Ah no, comunque non abbiamo soldi per farlo. Questa roba non si può vendere. Ah no, questo è solo un esperto. Bene, così quando arriva il momento, solo che non ha pure l'argento.
So long.
Must be terrible about it, left.
Good man, I need a fresh set of shoes for my mount. Promptly.
Bisogna vedere se vende qualcosa di diverso.
Let's see what you got.
Oh. Cos'è questa roba? Allora, vediamo un po'. Prima il livello 37. Ah, non abbiamo abbastanza denaro.
So long.
Ma comunque abbiamo fatto delle buone compere e quando saremo a momento indosseremo tutto e poi ovviamente venderemo. Dov'hai? Segui la strada. Ma sperando. Aia! Ci tocca meditare. Non c'è comunque un mercante generico da qualche parte. Comunque tutto qua, non è che ci sia molto da esplorare. Mi sa che il miglioramento costerà soldi.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fauti. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bank...
He was actually a head...
No, not him, but he never hesitated.
No.
Monsieur, sadly...
Shame that.
Not at all. He made even more...
Mind giving me a little...
Not in the least.
Vediamo anche noi.
Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him. As was my great
maggiordomo del
aunt.
maggiordomo.
In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Ci sono anche le galline.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days. Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place.
Quante volte avrà detto sublime?
Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Monsters are your captive. That is mine!
Make a river of mystery run through Coronata.
A man who dare not down some red is a man whose wife's like to dump.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Cheap shenanigan. I can't see.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rosselli used it to store olive oil as well.
Ah, lo sappiamo, ci siamo stati prima.
Mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
White wolf himself.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall...
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. With that, sir, if forgive me.
Think I'll take you up on that. Mentioned the place.
Almost decide.
Been thinking about...
If I might... Not... I understand.
Got these spacious...
Oh, yes. The way I...
Let's put it...
Not the slightest... How might I be of...
Starting to
As you wish, sir.
Starting to... My armor...
Admiral...
Good. Or...
Immediately, sir.
And my
Of course. No...
Know what?
Ponder the notion how...
Let's put a pin in this.
Not the slightest...
Costa soldi, eh? Potremmo nel frattempo fare qualche missione. Vediamo un po'. Bene. Oh.
If they would just take to work as they take...
Blind, are you?
Every single lady keeps a devil somewhere shady.
Il cinguettino del cavaliere innamorato.
I've a matter of prime urgency and import monsters.
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to have...
Want me to stand in for you? What?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. Vivian shuns the company of others, though the...
Trickery?
In war, yes. She consented.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions.
Sì, tiro dritto.
Tell me more about Vivian. Who is she? What's...
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each part...
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivian, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
È curioso.
Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivian.
Meaning?
Could you show me... I did... Besides, the tourney contests must show...
Apply all the... Don't need any training.
Must go to the
Bene. Andiamo a fare l'iscrizione. Però dobbiamo trovare il banco, eccolo lì. È proprio in questa direzione.
Est flows in the veins.
Greetings.
Naturally, we must.
Really?
My findings show you may.
What a surprise.
Or as the Honorable Ravix of Four.
The Honorable Ravix.
You may now take.
I'm a witcher. Shields on.
Who mentioned using it in combat? Not I.
And that.
Have you been instructed as to the tourney's challenges?
Feels like I know it.
Splendid. In that.
I vow on the love of my lady, Yennefer of Vengerberg, to respect.
May the gods succor you in your You have also been assigned a tent for the tourney's duration.
Quanta potenza dà questa corazza? Allora, insomma.
Geralt, well, I'll be... Have you decided to turn knight-errant?
All jesting aside, here on a job.
Am I? Ha!
Guessing that's against the...
But who's to tell the Nilfgaardian what to do? The timing of your marksmanship duel is such that you shall have the sun in your eyes. Nor will it give you any pleasure, since, as it is, we must... Ha! You've denied me some diversion, but at the least my eyes...
Fair knights, I salute you. You have sworn your vows.
Behold Horm Akispark! Against him new blood! Seraphics of Four! That may the better man...
Bene, che dire. Il torneo lo cominciamo alla prossima live. Grazie per essere stati con noi e ci vediamo domani sera con Blade Storm Nightmare. Bene, menu principale. E a presto a tutti i telespettatori. Buona serata e buonanotte.